Hello, and welcome to the Bi-Weekly Show. I'm your host, Luis Suida. It's been a long week of seemingly nothing, but that has not stopped us from scrounging the internet for the outdated news you depend on. Today, I bring you news from our comrade Vladimir Putin. Last week, the Big V upped his game by announcing that the Russian government has satellite evidence that the United States orchestrated the September 11th attacks on New York. This news is, of course, brought to you by Russia's #1 communist news outlet, Pravda. Pravda! Read it, or show up in next week's obituary. Of course, these allegations of the US being behind 9/11 aren't really anything new. We'll see if Putin actually has been hiding this up his sleeve, which must also be hidden up somewhere because clearly his government has outlawed shirts. If the Russians don't actually have anything, then the only explanation must be
an alien.
Well, speaking of creatures we don't understand, America's youth were surprised recently by a BuzzFeed video featuring President Obama.
The deadline for signing up for health insurance is February.
Not like any other Wednesday.
That's not right.
I think he might have been promoting Obamacare, but just watch.
Thanks, Obama.
I don't even know what to say. This president has effectively made contact with today's internet-centric whippersnappers. Why can't we have more presidents like him? He's been so much fun now that he doesn't have to give a shit about anything. 4 more years, I say. 4 more years. 4 more. Right. I'm sorry. We already did that bit. Anyway. We now go to our new one-time segment. That's right, shit's happening in Japan. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, after the execution of 2 Japanese hostages early in February, has been pushing his government to revise the Japanese constitution. Specifically, the Prime Minister wants to remove an American-made provision that prevents the Japanese from maintaining a full military. If this change occurs, then there's a 50-50 chance of some neo-imperialism. You've been warned, North Korea and China, because Japan already has a Gundam. Just imagine if that thing had a knife taped to its hand. That's some scary shit. Between Russia's new threat and the prospect of Gundam-based warfare from Japan, we might all be dead in the next couple weeks. But here at the show, we urge you to stay calm. And we also urge you to not watch next week's news. And come back next week for more of the Bi-Weekly Show.